This is the Lamy Studio. It is a great pen that I've been personally using for the better part of a year now. It's not a pretty pen, however, which also kind of begs the question of why did they name it the Studio? It's certainly not after an artistic studio, but it is a very functional pen, and the looks complement that. The appearance of this pen is very professional. It is very sleek, especially with how the pen cap and the pen body meet without any ridges. The body of the pen is one single color, except for the top of the cap, the bottom of the body, and the clip that have metallic finishes, making this pen's overall appearance fairly understated. The only part of this pen that actually has a little bit of artistic flair or something to make the pen unique is the clip, which has this interesting rounded end to it. However, the clip is not very functional. The rounded portion of it makes it very difficult for it to have anything slide underneath it. Because of that, it fails my pocket test, and it makes it fairly difficult to put it into a pen slot that may be pre-built into a backpack that you already own. The other problem with the clip is that no matter how careful you are with the pen, the clip will move from side to side, which will scratch the paint on the cap. It's not a big issue, and it's limited to a small little line on either side of the clip, but it's something to note that it will happen if you own this pen. The cap of this pen is very functional. It snaps right off with ease, and it's very secure when it's on, but it's still easy enough to get off that it's not a bother, and it's very easy to take off with just one hand, which I do on a daily basis when I answer the phone with one hand and then pop the top off and get it ready to write with the other. Once the cap is removed, it displays both the best and the worst parts about this pen. First, let's talk about the best part. The best part about this pen is the nib. The Lamy steel nibs, I think, are perfect for work and for school. The extra fine is a nice extra fine line, and the flow of the ink is moderate in that it has no hard starts, it has enough ink flow to keep up with the pen, but it's not wet, which allows you the ability to write on whatever paper you find, because at work you can't always just make sure you have that premium paper. You might need to just grab a piece and jot down something. The flow of this pen's nib is perfect for that kind of application. But the best nib in the world is almost nothing without a good grip. And unfortunately, the grip on the Lamy Studio is lacking at best. It looks nice with a shiny metal finish, but that polished finish is exactly the problem. It gives you nothing to grip on. The problem arises after just a paragraph of writing, where even the driest of hands will start to slip and slide a little bit up on the grip, making prolonged writing sessions with this pen less than practical. So in conclusion, the Lamy Studio is still a very functional pen, is very sleek and professional looking for the workplace, but given the chance to buy it again for just a hair under $80, I would have to say no, because mostly I want a pen that can do everything. I wouldn't recommend this pen to somebody that is looking to buy an all-around pen, but so it's really just not good for longer writing sessions. If you're going to write a long letter to a friend, I'd probably pick up a different pen for that. But if you're looking for a pen that you can take into a meeting or you can take into the classroom, that's a quick draw that you can just take off the cap and it can reliably write very well, then I would definitely give this pen a good look. So as more of an afterthought to this review, I did also want to point out that on the Lamy website, they also make 3 other variants of the Studio. It still has the same general aesthetics and design. One of the other variants is actually cheaper than the standard Studio, but it has a rubber grip to it. And I think the reason that this is cheaper is probably because the rubber can wear down over time, and just like anything, it can rip. But I haven't tested it, I haven't even touched it, so I don't know. Maybe this is something for a future review. And the other version of the Studio that looks interesting to me is the Palladium version, which is more of a matte finish, as described to me by the Goulet Pen Company, who I asked this question to. But it has more of a matte finish to the grip, And the only drawback to this one is that it has a different nib. So it has the 14 karat gold nib that I have not tried. So with both variant, there's a price difference. Palladium obviously being a lot more expensive, and then the rubberized cheaper. But each has its own drawback. Is the rubber could break down over time, and the palladium is a lot more expensive, and it's just unknown. Hopefully, I can do testing of these at some point, but we will see. Thanks for watching.